Previously on Forsyth Fantasy Hour.
We encountered them at one point, and you're right.
Yeah, well, yes, we know. We know you encountered Sylvie and Valgeld. There is this little human kid, and he's just sitting there. I think I'm supposed to meet you. And in front is this dark elf. You've never seen him before. And he has super long silver hair. Especially because the black spider's here in Sundew.
Yep. And he came willingly. Actually, he was very cooperative.
After a previous job went south, the two were greeted by a stout dwarven man named Maddox Stonecutter. Maddox offers them money up front, along with the promise of untold riches if their job was complete. The Stonecutter brothers thanked Emmi and Ander for helping them, and explained their plan for the forge. They planned on making the forge into a business, having adventurers bring their gear to them so that they could enchant it with other magical artifacts. Maddox offered Emmi and Ander 10% of the monthly revenue of the forge. To make matters worse, the chandelier hanging in the ballroom breaks, and thus begins the destruction of the RON Community Center in Sixport. And you see a lot of what's called District 6, which is like the police militia of Sixport, like trying to deal with all of that. Mm-hmm. And the person dragging you is Nyx. Hey, that was pretty good, right? In case you didn't realize, I set the fire. I blew up the building. They start pulling around, and as soon as you guys are leaving Sixport, you hear a voice going, Hey, what are you doing? No, I need cars after that one. That's witnesses. We need to go. In this episode, our heroes Emmi and Jak journey to Wellforge number 1, meeting some interesting folks along the way. At the start of this arc, I told you guys that I was going to give you a week, which is 7 days. That episode goes through 6 days. Okay. So this is the 7th day. You guys, you spent 1 day planning on going to the Wellforge and kind of preparing for that. We'll go into that a little bit. I think that was actually the 5th day, if I remember correctly, which I don't know. But I'm going to give the option for the two of you to each do one thing before. So you're leaving today. You're leaving, like, let's say this is like super early in the morning. Mm-hmm. You're going to leave maybe around noon, because that was the plan you guys established. Emmi, I'm going to give you the option to go recruit people to come with you, because so far only you and Jak are currently going.
Okay.
And then Jak, I'm going to give you the option if you want to go see Sylvie and Valgeld.
I was going to ask. I'd love to do that. Yes.
Let's do Emmi's first.
Yes.
Okay.
So Emmi, who are some of the people you would want to go with you?
Well, I really like to have my little team of Frederick and Droopy.
You mean Roderick?
Yes, of course. I was just testing you.
That's the one.
Yeah, my wolf friend.
Roderick totally agrees, and he's like, well, I was prepared to go anyway, so that's all right. So Roderick's going with you.
Oh, what about No Hands? I just gotta...
Well, that and Ander.
No Hands Spleen said that he wasn't really interested in adventuring. So right now he's actually, Emmi, when you're walking around trying to like just talk with people, you see he's talking with the guy who owns the Stone Cold Inn, and he's actually starting to work there.
Okay.
So
And given that he doesn't have hands, just don't know.
I would think that he's like a yeller now, like on the outside of the inn, going like, hey, we got all kinds of specials on the inn. We got some nice cold steak. I mean, hot steak, just whatever kind of temperature you like your steak at, we got that too. It comes with your bed and breakfast typical stuff. Please come stay at our inn. That's
right. Let's leave him in town.
Yeah. Okay.
But Ander.
So you start looking for Ander, and you actually can't find him, but you do run into Droopy.
Okay.
And Droopy goes, Emmi!
Hey, Droopy. How you doing?
I'm doing. What's up?
Well, I just wanted to know if you were ready for another little adventure. Jak and I are going on one today.
Oh, boy. Yeah, you guys are going to go to the Wellforge.
Yes.
The Wellforge of Design.
Yeah, you already knew this, huh?
Yeah, I did. I was in the meeting with you guys. I'm not gonna go.
Wait, what?
I would like to go,
What?
but Ander told me that I need to stay here.
Oh, okay. Where is Ander?
He's doing something.
Okay.
I can't tell you what he's doing because he told me not to tell anyone.
Yeah, but he didn't mean me. He meant anyone, but he didn't mean me.
Well, he did say no one. He said explicitly not Jak.
Like he did.
And then he might have said not someone else because he just.
Okay, he meant he didn't want you to tell me, right?
Do we want to use some persuasion here?
Do you want to?
No. Okay, Droopy. If Andrew asked you not, I don't want to. I don't want to get you in trouble. That's okay. I'll find him myself.
Okay. Well, don't get me in trouble.
No.
But he asked me to do something. It's really cool, and I hope it never happens. But it's really cool.
Okay. Well, you know what? If if he's telling you to do something, I'm sure that's what you should be doing. I don't want to get you in trouble. And I'm going to miss you. I can't stand not going on a...
Well, you won't be gone too long. It's only like a few hours away. You'll be back in no time.
I certainly
what
hope
could
so.
possibly go wrong?
Right? Okay.
We're dead.
Yeah, we're so
We're
dead.
gone. It's done.
And Jak wakes up in a cold sweat. We're dead.
Oh, God.
That's how my morning starts.
Yeah, right.
Actually.
So Droopy goes off to go do
His thing.
something.
Yeah.
I need you to make a check. I don't know what it would be.
Okay.
Uh-huh.
Then why am I doing it?
What's the
Sir?
What's the figure out the
Come on, Commander. You're having me do something because? ¿Por qué?
So to look for where Ander is. I just don't know what particular skill that would be under, unless it would just be one of the.
investigation?
Oh wait, hold on. You gotta say what the skill is first before you roll it.
Oh.
Investigation, maybe.
Well,
It depends on whatever stat you want to use.
I don't know.
Yeah. I mean, I'm looking at all these skills, and I'm thinking investigation.
Because there's wisdom, intelligence, charisma.
Well, that's the main.
No, those are the main ones. I'm looking at the skills.
Investigation sounds like the most, I don't know.
Okay, yeah. So usually, because I was trying to see if it was perception or investigation. Investigation will probably work for this. Usually, investigation is trying to examine something closer, but I would say, trying to look for someone would work for this as well.
Unless we go with intimidation.
Or survival, actually. Survival has to do with tracking.
Oh, okay. Let's do survival. +5. Let's do survival.
Okay.
Yeah. 12 + 5. Okay, so I have a 17.
Okay. So yeah, you are looking towards the ground. You're looking around, and you find like some footprints leading to the townmaster's hall. That you kind of see like, oh, these are Ander's boots. So when you walk up, and you go right to the townmaster's hall, Ander is walking out.
Oh, okay. Dang it, I didn't catch him at what he was doing. But that's okay. I still run into him.
Oh, whoa. Oh, hey there, Emmy. I thought you would have left by now.
No, I was coming for you. I wanted to know if you wanted to come with us.
And he kind of looks around and he takes you aside and he goes, No, I don't think that would be too wise for me to go.
Why?
Okay, so look, did Droopy tell you to come find me?
No, in fact, he was adamant about not coming to find you. That he was doing something, but he could not be, tell me what it was.
Okay.
He's very good at keeping a secret, and I didn't want to press him because I don't want to get him in trouble. So no, this is all me. I came looking for you because I wanted you to come with us.
I think you and Jak have this handled. What I'm trying to do right now is I'm fortifying Sundew.
Oh, for protection.
Yes.
You're trying to protect Sundew.
I'm a little worried.
What, about your evil brother?
No, not so much of him. A little bit. I'm more worried about the insect lave.
Oh.
Because I was talking with Mayor Quentin, and he was saying some stuff about Sylvian, and he was saying, that he was making it assume that they know he's here.
Oh.
I mean, even when you were telling me what Elliot said, I think he mentioned something about that where I think they all know that where he is. So
I didn't get that. I actually don't believe that the way I understood Elliot to say was that I don't think that he let on at all that he knew where he was.
Well, nevertheless, I'm just making some precautions.
Yeah, yeah.
And so we've got some plans.
Okay.
We've got some scenarios for if we do have some sort of attack on Sunday.
Yeah. Now here's something that you might consider. You might want to check him. What if he has one of those clasps? What if he did y'all check him when y'all first got him?
Quentin has that covered.
Okay, good. Okay. Because that's the only thing
he had someone come in and one of the townsfolk who's good at magic do detect magic on him.
Yeah.
And no, he's totally clear.
All right.
But
okay.
I just can't be too careful.
No. Okay. Well, I'm with you. I believe that Roderick will be going with us.
Yeah, that sounds perfectly fine.
Alrighty.
And
I'm like just dejected, like, oh my gosh, what's happening to my team?
He just kind of walks over and gives you a hug, and he goes, "Don't worry, this is only just precaution. I doubt this will ever happen.
Oh, okay.
But we have the chance to be one step ahead, and I want to keep by that.
Oh, okay.
So you get your bearings, get Roderick, and I'll just see you in a couple hours. It'll be no big deal." Okay. And then he walks off back to go to the banner.
So I guess I go looking for Jak, or
sure.
What?
So we will cut to Jak.
Okay.
And in this little small timeline, would this be like at the same time that she's doing all this recruiting?
Yes.
Okay.
So
I wake up. Oh, we're gonna
die. My biggest question is, Jak, do you want people to know you're gonna go visit Sylvian?
Not like publicly. Like I wouldn't mind having to walk into the town hall and be like, "Hey, Mr. Mayor, I'm just gonna be up front. I need to speak with him."
Okay.
But
do you want Emmi to know?
I don't see why not, but it's not like I would start my day going, "Hey, I'm gonna go see him." I would probably let her know after the fact.
Okay.
Yeah.
So when Emmi goes to go talk to Droopy, Jak then leaves, and you just go straight to the townmaster's hall.
Yes.
And so when you walk in, Andrew is not there yet, so you have beat him.
Oh, okay.
To there.
Okay.
And you just see Mayor Quentin sitting there, writing something. And I actually get to describe Mayor Quentin because I talked about him briefly.
Gotcha.
But you walk into the townmaster's office, and it's just this wooden office. It's not honestly that great. And it's just got a little small room, and you can see that there's a little like bathroom to the side, and there's like a little bookcase. It's actually very quiet. It looks kind of peaceful.
Gotcha.
There is a window kind of behind Quentin's desk, and then I might have said this before, but there's like a bookshelf and there's a little couch for like people to sit.
Gotcha.
And Quentin looks up, and he's a human man. He is maybe around his like early 50s. He's kind of got some wrinkles. He's incredibly handsome, and he's got this sort of.
Would you say he looks like modern Rob Lowe? Yeah.
Well, no. If I had to say he looked like someone particular,
type. Google.
I was going to describe an actor, but without saying his name.
Chris Hemsworth.
No, it's not Chris Hemsworth.
That's a bit too much, I think.
I'm trying to think of all the handsome guys. Oh dear.
Yeah.
Okay. So he's got a handsome, like, chiseled face. He's just got this sort of like light scruff to his face. It's a little bit like grayish, and then he's got this dark, longer type hair. Longer type. It's not like long that it comes down like behind his back, but it comes like to the bottom of his head, and it's graying a little bit on the sides.
Is this Kurt Russell?
It's not Kurt Russell.
Is it Poe Dameron?
It's not Poe Dameron.
Is it Cassian?
No,
Rogue One?
It is no one from Star Wars.
Okay.
He is wearing a blue collared shirt, and he looks up and he says, "Well, hey there, Jak. What can I do you for?"
Longmire?
Longmire?
It's Longmire.
Oh my!
Oh, yeah, I do think he's handsome.
It's Robert Taylor.
Oh, yes.
All right,
I
cool.
do, yes. I do
But
think.
no, it's Mayor Quentin.
Mayor Longmire.
Oh man.
Oh, man. How you doing, Walt?
I was really hoping for a kind of squeamish kind of mayor.
Oh, no, this guy's hard,
man.
Hardcore.
Jeez.
Yeah.
I mean, I gotta stand by. I think Anders really got the fortification of Sundew down. If the mayor is Longmire,
Right.
So, all right.
Oh, yes and no.
Then watch the show. So.
And then he has that big guy that came up behind you. Remember the
Yeah.
Oh, Senator Black Flag. Senator Black Flag is nowhere to be seen.
Sunder.
I don't think I'd have walked in there if he was.
Yeah, right.
So that's
you
good
might
to know.
you may have just turned real quickly.
Yeah.
So Sunder's not there, just Mayor. Okay.
Yes.
All right.
He asked you a question.
And you hey. Oh.
What was the question?
What was
How?
What can I do you for?
Oh yeah.
Well, Mr. Mayor, I'm gonna be upfront with you. I think I really have to speak with Mr. Sylvian.
Go right ahead.
Oh, that was easy.
Wait, really?
And he steps up and he walks over to one of the bookcases, and he kind of moves aside, and then you can just see this stairway down, and it's like a stone staircase leading down to somewhere.
Mm-hmm.
And he goes, "Before you do, I just got 2 questions for you.
Shoot.
Why do you wear the departed Guardian clothes?"
I mean, belong to a good friend of mine, and given some recent developments, I've discovered that it's the Insect Glaive's fault that he's gone. I wear this so that they know who it is that is taking them down, and so that, I mean, honestly, personally, it just helps me kind of be the person that I have to be to get through all this.
What do you plan on doing when you see him?
Up front again, I think I may have had a run-in with Mr. Sylvian in the past, and I just need to make sure that some certain things about that last encounter I had with him aren't widespread.
Alrighty. Be careful out there, Guardian. And then he just motions for you to go downstairs.
Nice. Destiny 2 dap. All right, so I walk in.
So as you walk, he closes the door behind you.
I pull my hood up.
Okay. As soon as the bookcase closes, you can hear Andrew coming in.
Oh, okay.
So
cool.
So
now, but Andrew didn't see him go down.
no.
Okay.
Do you want to make any like stealth checks or
Can he see it all?
Yeah,
I got dark vision.
Oh, okay.
So down the steps there is it's just a spiral staircase of stone, and then it leads to a room, just a small hallway that intersects between 4 cells. All of the cells are empty, and all of them look the same, except for one of them, which houses a bed, a dresser, a small lantern, a chamber pot, and the entire cell is filled with books. There is no windows whatsoever in any of this. It is almost like your traditional dungeon. And in the room that is actually decorated stands Sylvian Valgeld.
Just standing in the middle there.
Mm-hmm.
Can he hear him coming?
He can hear someone coming.
Okay.
How do you... So you said you put your hood up. So, like, are you trying to, like, hide your face?
Yeah, trying to hide my face.
Okay.
So when you walk up, he might think it is the other guy.
Yeah, it is Jak Pilgrim.
Ooh.
It is Paladin Pilgrim.
Okay. So, you walk into this little hallway, and you can see a tall drow, which is a dark elf, with long, beautiful silver hair. And he is not currently wearing his robe that has a spider on it. It is hung up on the wall. And so he's just sitting there in a little black shirt and just trousers. And he's sitting there holding a book.
How's the reading going?
Oh, it's very good. If I should say so myself. Not the best well-written romance novel, but what can I say? It's still something I enjoy. And he closes the book and he puts it on his dresser. And so he goes, "Now who has come to visit me?"
What's it look like?
Well, it looks like a man from my past. Someone I haven't seen before. Or not since a very long while.
I just have some real important questions for you, Mr. Valgeld.
Oh, please, call me Sylvian.
No thanks.
Suit yourself.
I have a couple friends that informed me of some of your work. And I just had to make sure, how many kids have you taken from families? How far and widespread is your network?
Well, it depends on who you ask. My network, my web, as I like to call it, because, I am also known as the Black Spider.
I get it.
But how many kids have I personally abducted? Well, I don't think I've abducted any. Now that I think about it, I've tried. Oh, believe me, I tried. But, something came in the way of my plans. Our plans, I should say, of the insect glaive. So, as of right now, I think we've only abducted maybe one successfully. But then again, that was none of my doing.
Sure. Now, I just gotta know. I'm being very upfront today. What exactly is the aim of the insect glaive?
Oh, well. Being one of the last members of the insect glaive, it's really hard for me to tell. For me, personally, I would love to get rich, get fame, get fortune.
Stereotypical. What's the real end goal?
Well, I think you already know that. Mr. Jak Pilgrim, the real goal is to wipe out the galley. Or at least that's what the Hive King wants, but, if I can make some coin, if I can watch a whole group of people die, it does not matter to me.
Real quick, did we know that in-game?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Mr. Valgeld, I've only got another question for you. It's very concerning to me. I need to know, do you have any contact with anybody from the outside?
Well, how could I? I am locked in a place in this dungeon. They treat me well. I don't mind. I get to read, which is very enjoyable. I highly recommend the wonderful romance story. You may have heard of it. The busty gnome and the beautiful orc. It sounds like a bunch of smolts, but it's actually really well written and really very caring. These are characters, even though they're very sexual. It's very wonderful. It's very well written. What was your question again? I forgot. Sorry.
Do you have any contact with any of the Insect Glaive members and their affiliates on the outside?
Oh, sorry, of course. No, I do not, Mr. Jak.
Can I do a perception check?
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
I want to know exactly what I'm looking at. I want to see if I can tell what he's got on
If
him.
he's lying.
Yeah. Ooh, that's a 17, and my perception is +3. It's a 20.
It's a 20.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
24.
Awesome. You do not see anything. And Sylvian seems very calm. He's dodging a bunch of your questions. You hear something, though. You hear a little click and the pitter-patter of something. And it is not coming from the cell. It is going to the cell. It is not coming from the stairs. It is coming from the hallway.
I turn around I'm going to assume that I'm sitting on like a stool in front of the cell. Like, question.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, there'd be a stool in there.
I turn around and I take out Dex, my my pet mouse.
Oh, you still have him.
Yeah, of course.
Yay.
Yes.
Of course. He's just
Nicholas
always,
actually gave him back.
Yeah, he's just always on me.
Good,
Yeah.
good.
Yeah. And I tell Dax, I need you to find out whatever that is.
He squeaks and he runs over, and coming down the hallway is this small robotic spider. And Dax pounces on it, and when he does, it kind of like stops and then turns over and does like what spiders do when they die.
Oh.
And now you can clearly see it. And Sylvian gets up and he runs towards the bars of the cell, and he starts yelling, and he goes, "You do not know what you're going to do. Do not mess with that. Let me have it."
Yeah. No. This is mine.
Yeah, if you want it, then the answer's no.
You seem pretty high stress about this, Mr. Valgeld. I'm gonna assume that this is the only means of communication you have to the outside. Am I correct?
You wouldn't be wrong. But as someone who plays pretending they're being some sort of guardian, saying that they're Jak, I will say that you're much stronger than the Jak I met. Because that one, he fell far too easily.
Ooh.
And he spits at you.
Oh, how rude.
I take my crossbow out. I load it, and I just point it at his head.
And he says, "Do it. What are you waiting for?" And he leans in closer to the bolt.
I stare him dead in the eyes, and I have that spider in my hand.
Mm-hmm.
And I make him watch as I crush it in my hands.
Okay.
How does he take it?
And he just watches. He's still gripping the bars of the cell.
I kind of poke him in the forehead with the bolt.
He steps back and he kind of looks. And he looks at you like, "What?"
Just like, yeah, just making sure you're really there. I take my hood off. He knows who I am.
Yeah.
I have this crumpled up spider and all its pieces in my hands. I put it in my bag, and I just kind of look at him and say, "Yeah, I think that's it. I'll see you around."
He goes, "Well, now things will be very interesting. But maybe the next time you interrogate someone, just make sure they don't see 120 feet in dark vision." And he goes back, and he picks up the book that he was reading, and he sits, and he starts reading on his bed.
What does that mean?
Spoiler alert, the lovers die at the end. Walk out.
Just dark elves can see.
Yeah.
And same with dark.
He's
no matter how much you hid your face, he could see you.
Right.
Oh, he was letting you know that when he walked up.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I didn't. I just kept going with it.
Okay, so
I think that spidery thing, though, is a good idea to show to the mayor.
you should
To the mayor.
You should
Hello?
put that in your inventory. Do you want to show it to Emmy as well?
Well, the mayor for sure. He needs to know.
Yeah.
Look. Oh, he did have. He is getting information somehow.
When I come out, would I come out while he's talking with Ander, or would Ander...
Ander is now leaving.
Okay.
Or Ander has just he has left. He's talking with Emmy outside currently.
Outside.
So everything's happening concurrently.
Okay. All right. So I come out of the bookcase and close it, and I bring the mayor's attention to this spider.
You just kind of put the crumpled mechanical pieces in it.
We need to make sure that any spaces into his cell are sealed, because he has been communicating with the outside.
Yep.
He just kind of looks and he steps out. And when he opens the door, Anders walking away, and he looks at you, Emmy, and he goes, "Emmy, come here for a sec."
Hey, how you doing?
Hi, we're both in the same space now.
Hi.
What
I do now?
No, you're not in trouble. No one is, other than myself. I let this slip through my hands.
Wow, what's that? Because I see all the pieces.
Yeah.
I was like, what is
It was a spider
as in a mechanical spider?
that went in to communicate with Mr. Sylvian Valgeld, yes.
Ah, okay.
Yeah.
Well,
Well.
I need both of you to make an investigation checks.
Cool. You go first. That's an 11.
No, it's actually a 10. I have -1.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. I got a 14, but I got +3 on investigation, so I got a 17.
Okay,
17
shoot.
and 10.
17. Oh my goodness, you're doing great.
Awesome.
Today.
Yeah, no, I'm using my own dice today.
Okay.
Like, actually my own dice. I think the whole of last episode I thought I was using my own. They're just the same color as a set that Scott had.
That hated you.
Yeah.
So as the three of you kind of start looking at this mechanical spider, it's very intricate. It is not like anything that you've normally seen. It's not necessarily magical. Like, it doesn't have anything like pertaining to magic in it.
Mm-hmm. Nice.
Thank you.
Nice.
The only thing you notice is there is a symbol on it. And the symbol is a very stylized J.
I take out my iPhone X and take a pic of that. Save it to the gram. We need it in the inventory. Just kidding.
The symbol rested on the bottom of the thorax of the spider.
But it's a J.
It's a J.
And so
Jay Stormborn? I'm just guessing.
I almost called him Longmire.
Mayor.
Quentin said, goes, "That's a good guess. That's something he's probably on the top of the suspect list. It's something we can check out. I'll make sure I get that taken care of, along with making sure Sunder knows that nothing gets out, nothing gets through this town hall anymore."
Gotcha.
Okay. Is there anything else you guys would like to do?
I mean, I'd ask Sunder to give me my money back, but like that's
not gonna happen.
That ain't gonna happen. No.
No.
So,
I guess we just make our final preparations, huh?
yeah. So you guys set up. Do you plan on taking like a wagon or a horse to the Well Forge?
Well, because it's just us two and
Roderick.
Roderick, who can walk, but I mean, at some point he needs rest too. So I don't know how.
It's up to you guys.
And they did say it's only a couple hours away.
Yeah, it's about 2.5.
Is that on a horse or like could we trek?
If you walked on foot, yeah, it wouldn't be a problem. It may be like 3 hours, but it's very easy to get to.
Okay, cool. Yeah, I'm down. I'm down with walking.
Okay.
It's just the three of us too.
Yeah.
So.
Okay.
And because I am so small, sometimes I do ride Roderick. If he can tell that I'm getting tired, but I don't want to overtire him.
Gotcha.
You know.
Gotcha. It's just a 3-hour walk. So.
2.
3 hour. Well, he said if we were walking.
Oh, if we were walking.
Yeah.
Yeah. If we were
okay.
trekking.
Okay.
Yeah.
But so while you guys start walking,
And I guess we have stuff.
Yeah, you got your backpack. You both have backpacks and stuff, and like, don't worry about food. You guys are good.
Yes. Got enough of them cool cold cut steaks that Spleen was advertising for at the inn.
Yeah, we ate before we left.
Yeah, and we got plenty of steaks, for cold cut steaks from Spleen.
Oh boy.
Hey everybody, Scotty here. I hope you all are enjoying the show, and I am once again so very happy that you all are watching and listening. And while I have you here, I just want to have a quick reminder, if you have not subscribed to us on YouTube or have left a review on Apple Podcast, I highly recommend you do so. That helps our channel and show grow, and it's really good. Yeah. And if you don't use Apple Podcasts, you can use whatever podcast service you like to use. See, subscribing's always great because you want to be someone cool like Fergie VFCMS and another cool person like Joe Trammell. Both of those cool cats have subscribed to us on the Scotty Millard YouTube channel, which is where we host Forsyth Fantasy Hour on YouTube, of course, because we wouldn't use the YouTube channel to host everywhere else. Never mind. And when I say Scotty Millard, that is Scotty MILAD. Speaking of plugging your own content, you can follow us on Twitter and Facebook at FFH Podcast. So if you want to stay up to date, or if you have any questions, or you want to send fun like encouragement notes like, hey, I really like this part of the podcast and I want to share it on Facebook and retweet it, you can do that at FFH Podcast. And while we're talking about sharing cool stuff, it is still D&D December, which is a month-long celebration of Dungeons & Dragons, created by the YouTuber Pro Jared. So if you have some art or some stories, or you just simply have a love for D&D, you can share whatever post or whatever you would like to create with the hashtag D&December. It's been such a blast to be a part of D&D December. I say a part, I mean, I'm just actively doing it. I'm doing a 30-day prompt challenge that was created by Scarlet Moth. And that's been like super fun to write every day about like little things I love about Dungeons and Dragons. And it's really cool to see all the other stuff of what people are saying as well, whether it's videos or stories or cool cosplay or cool art. It's just incredibly neat to see all this creativity coming out of Dungeons and Dragons, which is like one of the reasons why I wanted to do a podcast like this. So that I could have a fun and creative outlet with my friends and family that would be on a sort of regular schedule. So if you haven't seen some of the stuff on D&D December, go check it out. What are you doing? Well, you're probably listening to the show. That's actually what you're doing right now. But afterwards, you need to go check out D&D December because it's very neat and awesome. That's all I had for this week. I didn't have a whole lot. So I will see you all again January 2nd. And holy cow, that's 2018. That's really crazy. That's the next time you listen to me, my mom, and Tristan talk. That's a whole year away. Kind of. It's more like 2 weeks. But this year's gone by super fast. And here's hoping 2018 will be super fantastic, because 2017 was less than fantastic. It was not great. It had good moments, maybe. So let's hope that 2018 will be better. Oh, please. Please let it be better. Nevertheless, I'll get you guys back to the show. Or you can go back to the show. Bye. Have fun. Oh, my. So while you guys are walking... So the travel is very easy. It's just, a short couple hours of riding past the mountains that run close to Sundew, and you're just going across on. It's not like a paved road, but it's like a road that's been like traveled through. And while you're talking about that, because you guys kind of prepared in going to this Wellforge, which is now a business. Again, I'll remind. Well, you'll see in a minute, but it's Stonecutters Weapons and Gear, mm-hmm. And there are 3 brothers that run this business. There is Maddox Stonecutter, who is the middle brother. He is very stocky and fat. They're all dwarves, by the way. Mm-hmm. In the information that you've got about him, or that you've heard from Ander, he kind of runs the whole show. He's just kind of like the brains of the bunch.
This is the middle brother?
This is the middle brother.
Gotcha.
The oldest brother is named Big Brutus, and he's a very, very buff, yoked out dwarf.
Gotcha.
He rarely speaks, and out of the 3 of them, he is the one who handles being a blacksmith. So he handles the building of all.
He's got
the weapons.
Physical aspects down.
Yes.
Gotcha.
So then the smallest and youngest brother is Gordy Stonecutter. He is quiet. Not much is known about him other than he helps out the other brothers. Also, since you guys prepared, I'll just give you a heads up, and maybe this is something that you talk about. When you guys were at the Wellforge, we've talked about that there was a big spirit that guarded everything.
Yes.
We've already made that clear. But also, Emmi and Ander both have actual shares in the company.
That's right.
That's why you have actually so much money, is because you have 10% of the monthly revenue that comes from weapons and gear.
And I'm fixing to kill that little
that
that sugar daddy.
Yeah.
Dang.
Oh, we need We need to figure out what our angle is gonna be when we get in there, because it seems like these three guys have made this their livelihood.
Well, it is.
Yes.
And I'm profiting from it.
Yes.
And now I'm going to go, never mind. We're
You're
closing shop.
You're gonna need to be the one who directly, like, charismatically speaks with them about this, because I've got no say.
None.
In
And now this business has only been around for a couple months.
Right.
Emmi, you got your money like kind of right off the bat, but you haven't gotten a lot. Like you haven't gotten any money since then. So that's something that you recall as you guys walk.
Weird.
As you were going along the mountains, you find an opening, and like a kind of a clearing, and there's a short trail leading into that. When you guys walk through that, you find this huge cave that has been carved out into the mountain. This cave is being held by 3 pillars, each pillar depicting different events and different dwarven figures of legend. And over the top of these pillars, there is a large oak sign that hangs over everything saying Stonecutters, Weapons, and Gear. Emmi, right off the bat, you start to notice it looks a little bit different than when you went there a couple months ago. Mm-hmm. And as you are coming out, or going to the opening of the cave, 2 humanoid figures are walking out. One is short, it's a dwarf, and the other looks to be a human. They are both wearing a light bluish-green uniform, something that Jak starts to notice because they are District 6 officers from Sixport.
Oh, dear.
And there is a small wagon kind of parked and hitched up close to the entrance. So when the 3...
I put my hood up. I hunch over. I try to steel myself. I'm not dealing with District 6 officers.
So,
is there something I need to know? No. What are you doing?
So when you guys start walking up, and these 2 people are walking out, they're having a conversation, and then the shortest one looks over at the 2 of you and goes, "Oi, hello there. Top of the morning to you." And starts walking towards your direction.
Great. Okay. Hi. Good morning.
Hey, how are you?
Well, I'm doing fairly well here.
Yeah, what exactly are District 6 officers from Sixport doing all the way out here?
Oh, that's funny you recognize us.
I
just go ahead and take my hood off.
Nice to meet you. I'm Chief Moxie. This is my partner, Lieutenant Falone. And when you see Falone, he is this very tall, slender, dark-skinned human. But what's really interesting about him, other than he has a very like soft, like proper presence to him, he has like these little scales on his skin, and they're red. And he goes, "Hello there. It's nice to meet the 2 of you." He said, "Oh yeah, well, you asked why Sixport officers are doing here. Yeah, we're a little far from home, but we're investigating something that happened about a week ago. Something that we believe involves some sort of things called well forges. They're old legends, and apparently this business kind of deals with that, but we really couldn't get anything out of them, so they asked if we could get a warrant, and so we're gonna honor them. But who are the 2 of you?"
Friends of the
people in charge of the Wellforge.
That may have not been the best thing to say.
I don't think so, but I think I'm gonna try to play an angle.
Okay. She goes, "Oh, you guys know the Stonecutters. But what are the 2 of yours names?"
My name is Emmi. How you doing?
Nice to meet you, Emmi.
Hello.
I'm Gray Orange. How are you?
It's nice to meet you, Gray. Okay.
Yeah.
Orange. Which you don't.
But you guys know about the Wellforges? So there actually is a Wellforge in there.
I don't know. We've heard of it, and so we're just wondering. We're curious.
It's more of, I think they like calling it a Wellforge. I'm not too good of friends with them, but I think they just like calling it a Wellforge because they're really trying to capitalize on that legend. You know what I mean? It's all for drumming up business. I mean, the storefront looks really, really nice, and they might as well just capitalize on the legend. You know how business works, huh?
Yeah.
Look, I think I could we could do you guys some sort of favor here.
Okay. And she kind of looks at her partner, and they both kind of look at each other like, okay.
You were told you need a warrant?
Oh, yeah, that's the typical protocol. But, I mean, we were just going to ask some questions, but they said that if they wanted us to search the place, we needed a warrant.
So what exactly are you investigating besides just this, well forges, quote unquote?
Well, you see, about a week ago in Sixport, we had this situation happen at the Ireland Community Center where this big construct came out and really smashed up everything. Luckily, no one was hurt that we know of. We are still searching for some people. And there was about a block of homes and businesses that were taken out as well. And people were saying that the lady in charge of all of it had to do with a well forge, which, that's old child's tales.
Sounds ridiculous.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
But what's interesting is that this business says that they're dealing with well forges. So, if you put two and two together, we think that this construct came from this well forge.
Oh.
Presumably.
Oh, no way.
Nah, I don't believe it.
No way. No. These guys just charm items.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's witchcraft at best.
Yeah.
No.
Well, I'm not a huge fan of witchcraft at all. But yeah, it's been a strange week for us. And then, what was even weirder is we had another building get destroyed a while too, an old hotel as well.
Yeah.
It was infested with fire beetles, and now I think my partner can explain this a little bit more. And Florin kind of starts speaking, and he goes, "Oh, well, yes. What's interesting about fire beetles is, even though people would think that they would actually combust, their fluid isn't actually dangerous.
Oh.
You can get the fluid on you, and it just, makes you glow for a little bit, but it isn't anything too dangerous. So we believe that someone deliberately set a fire to this building. Now, why would they set a fire to an abandoned hotel?
Yeah, I know. They could renovate that. I don't know who would do that.
Who would do that?
Yeah, that's really rude.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
But it was quite strange, and so we've had just these occurrences that seem too coincidental.
Well, I was just gonna do you guys a small favor. If you guys want to wait out here, I just don't want you, having to go out on go out on a limb, to do all these hard and heavy investigations. We can come out after we, sort out our own business with our friends here, and kind of give you a little rundown of what's going on. So yeah, we're just checking on, we're checking on their income reports, whatnot. So yeah, I feel like we're a bit closer with them. We could get you some more information, and just anything you could offer us in return, that'd be great.
So, was that a bribe?
No.
Helpful. We're trying to be helpful.
Just helpful.
Right.
So you're saying if we wait out here and the two of you go in there, that you will get some information for us?
Could possibly.
Yeah, we could possibly. I'm not trying to promise it. I'm just saying, if we come out here and we do have some information, we'd be willing to share it with you.
Yeah.
And you want something in return for that?
Well, maybe not.
Maybe not. We're just trying to be civil.
Good citizens.
And, I was just letting you know that, yeah, it's cool to feel great for, giving stuff to officers of the law. But,
yeah.
I mean, we're friends here, huh? So.
Well, seeing how I just met the two of you, I wouldn't say we're necessarily friends. Now, would I for loan? He goes, no, I believe we would have to spend maybe brunch together.
I'd like to roll for charisma on that.
Sure. Yeah, I guess that would be persuasion.
Yeah, sure. That's a 16. And
your dice are loaded.
I know.
My charisma is +2. Oh, you said persuasion? Yeah, persuasion is +2, so.
Okay.
That's 20.
18.
It's an 18?
Yeah.
The two of them just kind of look at each other and go, well, I guess it wouldn't hurt. Yeah. We'll be out here. And I guess you're Now, I wouldn't tell them that you're informants for us now.
Oh no, absolutely not.
No, we're just civil servants, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, we're just citizens.
And she kind of has like this pretty puzzled look on her face. But she goes, well, okay, well, I guess I'll just let the two of you go about your business, and we'll be out here. If you...
Yeah, get some hunting done. You know, I heard some good game is out here in these woods.
Oh, no. I'm not the hunter. No.
Oh. All right. Well, plants and stuff. I don't know what exactly your diet is, but you know, the wild whatnot.
Okay.
Breathe it in.
But we'll let the two of you be on your way. Now, what were your names again? Emmy and Gray Orange, was it?
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah.
Emmy, what was it? What was your last name?
But Orange? Where this is my brother.
Oh, okay.
We're adopted.
Half, but twice removed.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Adopted twice removed?
Don't know.
Yeah, sure, that works out.
Weird family dynamic. I would explain it to you, but again, we got business, so.
Sounds like it. Okay.
Gotcha.
And the two of them start walking back to their cart, and another person starts walking out of the cave.
Oh boy. Good gravy.
And it is a small dwarf.
Oh.
And he said, "Hey, look! I told you guys to leave. Stop bothering our customers." Oh, hey, Abby, what's up? I didn't recognize you.
Hi, just came to see y'all.
Hey.
And as I'm trying to like push him back in
Hey,
the door.
how you doing, sir? Hey, can we get to talking on the inside here? Yeah. You know, I'm just really,
I need water. Could you get any water?
Yeah, sure.
I need some water. I'm parched.
We usher him inside.
Yeah.
As we're saying,
And he's going,
this.
okay, well, I didn't expect. I don't think Matic was expecting you, but okay. And then he pushes you two in, and then you hear Chief Moxie say, okay, well, you two have a nice time in there, Mr. and Mrs. Orange.
Yes. Goodbye.
And
Toodles.
you guys go into
Ford.
the cave.
Mm-hmm. I don't know how I would do this in story, but I'm just trying to get in front of the narrative here for these officers of the law, you know. So if anything does go down and could like negatively affect us like publicly, I'm just, you know, so that we
So
can...
that's why you changed your name?
Yeah, that's why I changed my name, and also if I do get in trouble for this, then it's Gray Orange that gets in trouble for it.
And
yeah,
not Jack.
Yeah, no, not Jack. Not
Throw Gray under the bus.
Yeah, no, I'll totally throw Totem under the bus. He can take it.
So as Gordy takes you guys down the steps of the entrance of the cave, you start hearing the sounds of gears and metal. And what you see is the floor of a very large factory. The place is very well lit. There are lanterns hanging. Lanterns like you guys have never seen before. They look very, very different. It almost doesn't even look like that they're that there are flames inside these lanterns. And those are hanging along the walls of this factory floor. On the floor, there are 4 wide holes that look like channels. Filled with swirling green liquid. This liquid is unlike anything the two of you have ever seen. It slightly resembles like water, and it almost looks like a river, but you can clearly tell this liquid is not water.
Nickelodeon slime, you would say?
No, it's much more wispy than that.
Gotcha.
Heavy steel cauldrons hang over the holes that are connected to chains, and you see automatons. They're robots, but they look like skeletons. And you can see like exposed gears in different locations, and they are putting different items into these cauldrons and then lowering them into the holes and then pulling them back out. Other automatons are taking these items and putting them into this room that's really far to the left. Because there are openings to other rooms around this floor. And then as you lead down the steps and you are on the factory floor, to the right of you, there is a room that is walled with glass and houses a set of desks and filing cabinets. It's an office. And then walking around the floor, you see Maddox Stonecutter talking with a small gnome with red hair, and he's wearing a suit. The two are laughing and looking at the different stuff. And then Maddox turns around and he sees the two of you, and he goes, "Oh yes, This is so wonderful. We have visitors. We have guests. What can I sell you today?